So you bought a Ouija board.
Well, I mean, I don't own one. But I do now.
Right. How much did that cost you?
Enough. Cost me enough.
And why did you buy a Ouija board?
Oh, well, I wanted to introduce you guys to a special guest that we're going to have on the episode.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Jesus. Well, the thing is, we're doing Batman Long Halloween, which is about Batman, obviously. So I thought, like, wouldn't it be cool to get a special guest? You know what I mean? Like somebody who, like, actually legitimately worked on Batman. Unfortunately,
great.
Not a single real creator who's alive will talk to us. Mostly because we've crapped all over their books. But I thought, this being Halloween, let's have a little conversation with Batman creator Bob Kane. You know, get him on the show.
Oh.
I have no idea who that is.
He created Batman. Well, he was one of the creators of Batman.
Is he dead?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, apparently Bob Kane died over like 35 years ago.
Well, that makes a lot more sense.
But what the heck would get him on anyway? So, yeah.
Cubs win.
So here we go. So,
Okay, well, how does this work?
well, I have no idea. But,
I think I've seen people, you put a hand on it.
yeah,
like-
we all...
I think it's two fingers
Is it
or
two
something?
fingers?
Two
Okay.
fingers.
So, wait, does it one hand?
I guess it doesn't matter. I mean, you could do both.
I've seen both.
All right, let's
but we're
do both.
touching fingers. Okay. All right.
I don't want to touch your fingers.
No. All right, here we go.
Okay.
I'm calling out to the spirit of Bob Kane.
Do I close my eyes?
I don't think it matters.
I'll look
Creator
up.
of Batman. Would you like to join us on our episode of Back Issues today?
We really like Batman,
Yeah, Batman's awesome.
and you didn't get enough credit for making him.
He actually got all of it.
Oh, did he? Oh,
yeah.
I was thinking of this. Maybe he didn't get enough money.
He got plenty of money.
Oh, he got money.
Oh no,
okay.
Bob Kane actually made it. No, the other guy got totally fucked.
Who's the other guy?
Bill Finger.
Is he alive?
No.
All right, let's call it the Bob Finger.
Yeah, Bob
not-
Kane's not answering.
It's not even the right name.
Bill Finger?
Yeah.
Whatever.
Alright, this isn't working. This is stupid. This is a lot. $50.
Well, there's no like motor or anything. Like, how's it supposed to move?
I have no idea.
Isn't it like puffed air, like a air hockey table, like it glides or something?
It's cardboard. It's supposed to be
I
magic.
don't understand.
I thought maybe
well, magic's not real.
magic powers might make it work, but it doesn't seem to be working.
Yeah, where's your Wiccan powers, Alan Moore?
I'll have you know. Fuck it. Anyway, alright, it's not gonna work. Let's just set for this episode.
What?
Let's just set up for the episode.
All right.
Okay.
Oh,
All
wait,
right.
I just stay here. Oh, hold the phone, guys. I gotta go to the bathroom.
Okay.
Sorry.
Well, it's better now than later.
Yeah. That's the worst.
You pee?
Oh, yeah. Hello, everyone. I'm Alan Moore.
I'm Maverick.
And I'm a ninja!
But actually, hey, it's Sal.
Ethan.
And Ben.
And happy Halloween to all of our loyal viewers on Back Issues, or the new people who have never seen Back Issues and have no idea what's going on.
Who are these weirdos?
Yeah, why is Gray Santa Claus talking in a stupid Cockney voice? You like my big beard there, huh?
I think it's eating children in the night.
What do you think of comics, Alan Moore?
Oh, it's so whole shit. You know how it is.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I heard you made a comic.
Oh, I was another person then. It was another lifetime ago.
Really?
Yeah.
Because you're kind of clutching something
That was
at
back.
the moment.
This is just another pendant.
No, it's down by your belly.
Oh yeah, this is, well, you know.
No one can see it.
It's a... No, moving on. In honor of Halloween, talking about The Long Halloween by Jeff Loeb and Tim Sale. We've read some things by Jeff Loeb before, like Ultimatum.
Yep.
Yes.
And
That's right.
this is back when Jeff Loeb was not totally fucking insane.
So this is good?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
And kind of like an unofficial sequel to Batman Year One.
Okay.
We never really talked about it, but like
Batman's like younger days.
Yes, it's actually more like if it were retitled, it would probably be called Batman Year 2. Now there actually was a Batman Year 2, but it was horrible. It featured a villain called the Grim Reaper, which is a classic Batman villain I'm sure you've all heard about.
I'm not familiar with him.
But it did feature a character named Rachel Dawes.
That's not the Phantasm, is he?
Nope.
Get some Alan Moore hairs on you.
Oh, well.
Yeah, actually it is.
Each one of these represents a different universe.
That's Grant Morrison.
Oh, yeah. What a twat.
Yeah, what do you think of Grant Morrison?
He's a coattail riding little wanker. It's also a Scot. You know how I feel about them. Batman The Long Halloween takes place over, as you can imagine, a year. And the idea is it's basically like a murder mystery. It's like a classic murder mystery story that effectively retires the mobster angle of Gotham City. Originally, Gotham had been like mob-controlled, and it's more like the passing of the torch from organized crime Gotham City to colorful costumed villain Gotham City.
Okay.
And so we actually have like a thematic story that explains how Gotham changes.
I was going to say it's the Joker, but then I saw the cover also has apparently a jack-o'-lantern for Scarecrow.
There's Two-Face.
Two-Face, Catwoman. Actually, it might not be.
It's not, it's just a jack-o'-lantern.
It's just jack-o'-lantern? All right, so...
Because Scarecrow's in
three
it.
of them.
Yeah. Everyone is in it. Every Batman villain is in this. It's not unlike Hush, which was written by Jeff Loeb. But drawn by Jim Lee.
Is this like...
Now, Hush still had some good points.
Oh, yeah, no, Hush...
Yeah.
The difference between this and Hush is that this ends well.
Is this like the first... Batman's first time encountering some of these guys since it's so early?
Yeah, well, I think, like...
I believe in Gotham City.
I didn't read year one, so I don't know who's introduced there.
No one. Catwoman.
Okay.
Catwoman, and there's an allusion to the Joker.
Okay.
Not unlike the end of Batman Begins.
I was going to say, the fact that he says, like, I believe in...
Oh, it's... This thing is... The thing you have to understand, if you're a Godfather fan, this thing is a total ripoff. From the opening shot, from the I Believe in America scene of Godfather, it's Bruce Wayne saying, I believe in Gotham City.
I was going to say it was, I believe in Harvey Dent.
They weren't even trying
That's working on that, too. We meet Carmine Falcone again, who was introduced in year one. And
you keep saying his name wrong. It's Falcone.
Falcone.
Yeah,
Falcone.
it is not.
I heard it several times in the movie. It was Falcone.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, Falcone...
Wouldn't they know?
The Falcone in that movie was played by an Englishman anyway, so... Proving once again it's all bullshit. So anyway, in year one, Selena Kyle had become Catwoman, and she was kind of like robbing from mobsters, and Falcone in particular, and people attributed to the crimes to Batman, so she was like, maybe I'll give them a scratch, that way they'll know it's not Batman. So she, like, mutilates Falcone's face by putting like 3 scratch marks on his face, and so that like is a carryover. It's another indicator that this is a sequel to year one. But Batman is like deep in being Batman and doing his thing, and we're introduced to a number of other characters in the Falcone family that we didn't really get to see in year one, like his son Alberto. And his son Alberto is like the Fredo of the family, if we're using Godfather analogies. He's weak, and Falcone's like, no, you're going to be legitimate. Like you stay out of here. Yeah, so it's just more and more references to and just the idea here is that like folk are getting murdered, and where their bodies are found, there are little pieces of some representation of a holiday that we're in. So like Thanksgiving, there's like a cornucopia. Christmas time, there's like a wreath or a candy cane. Halloween, it's a jack-o'-lantern, that kind of thing. And the murders start around Halloween, and then they continue throughout the year. Okay. And
what's January?
January's New Year's.
Do they do one for like President's Day? Is there a President's Day?
No, but okay. So
is there a Mother's Day?
Yes. Oh. Well, Mother's Day is a story. Is a chapter in this book.
Okay.
This whole book is just like a famous bowl of things that Jeff Loeb likes, like The Godfather and Silence of the Lambs. Like, you remember that scene in Arkham City or Arkham Asylum where we meet the Calendar Man and he's behind glass?
Arkham City, yeah.
That's from this. Just ripped directly from this. Yeah. And Batman goes to Calendar Man because like all these murders are happening on holidays, and so the media dubs the murderer Holiday, the holiday murderer.
Okay.
And Batman goes to Calendar Man mostly because he thinks maybe Calendar Man's the guy who's killing these people, because he's obsessed with holidays and calendars and stuff. But in fact, no, Calendar Man is not involved. But he is like lecturing it up, where he like kind of indicates
that's
what's
the
going
exact
on.
Shot from Sunset.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
The other cool thing in this is we finally see Batman, Jim Gordon, and Harvey Dent working together to solve the holiday murders.
Okay.
Not unlike in Dark Knight, when like Batman, Harvey Dent, and Jim Gordon work together to take down the Joker.
Right.
Joker is like a throwaway character in this. He's the Christmas chapter, and I think the idea is like Joker is just upset that the holiday killer is taking attention away from him. And so we're introduced to a number of characters. Harvey Dent, for example, we see him in year one, but he's not nearly as high profile as he is in this book. We meet Harvey Dent's wife, Gilda, and we know that like they're trying to start a family, and they're going to start their lives. Right?
Oh.
Yeah. And in fact, like, it's sandwiched where like the holiday killers, or the holiday murders start in the beginning, they end at the end, and in the beginning, like, they team up with Batman, Gordon, and Dent, and at the end, Dent becomes Two-Face.
Oh, spoilers.
Well, we're spoiling the whole freaking book, so welcome back.
So Mother's Day is the last chapter.
No, no, it's a whole year.
Yeah, so it's
they get all the way back
the
to
next Halloween is the last chapter.
Yes,
yeah.
And that's why they call it the Long Halloween.
Right.
I thought I saw somewhere in the beginning she was like, it's hot for June.
Well, like it starts off like the murders don't necessarily start there. It's just we're implying that like things are going to start happening.
Okay.
So a lot of cool images, a lot of cool visuals, and.
Steve's gonna have to get that fixed.
Yeah. Rolling right along.
Yeah, that electrical problem.
I love the use of like the visuals. Every time that there's a murder, like it goes from its usual color palette to black and white to where we see
it's all noir-y.
the murder happening, and the only color is the item,
the paraphernalia.
Yeah. And
Rosebud.
yeah, there's another one. The other thing that they do is they show you deliberately like the handgun that's used and the silencer that's used, which is a baby bottle nipple.
Oh. What? Would that actually silence a gunshot?
Well, it's a little gun, so maybe?
No.
I was thinking not. Yeah.
No. By the way, that money pile from Dark Knight.
Yep.
That's what that is?
Stolen from here.
God damn
but
it.
this isn't in a gigantic pyramid. This is
these are just
neat stacks.
And then they burn it.
And the Joker doesn't like roll around it.
No, Joker has nothing
Or
to do
jump
with the
on
money
it.
at all, actually.
Well, then who burns it?
Batman and Harvey Dent.
Oh.
They get a tip from Catwoman that like she's like follow the money, and they follow it to this warehouse, and it turns out like Dent and Gordon and Batman have been putting the screws to Falcone so bad that like he's been forced to stockpile the money that he's been using.
Like in the movie.
Like in the movie.
Yeah,
And so no. And they burn it.
Why don't they just take it?
Because they know that it's Falcone's money. And they know it's just going to destroy him. And what does Batman need
So why
money
don't they
for?
confiscate it?
Yeah, why don't they...
Harvey Dent would do that.
No, well...
He should.
Yeah.
Well, Harvey Dent actually makes a point where he's like, all this untraceable cash, if we were two other guys. And Batman's like, but we're not. And Dent's like, sure.
Why don't they just report it to the police and have
Because
them
the police, they can't trust the police.
Oh,
What about the
I see.
FBI, the CIA, the...
Yeah, but that would take too long. Like,
yeah,
maybe
it would
they'd be found
tip them
out.
off to
Yeah.
what they're working on.
Yeah, but it would give Dent time to make some cash.
Yeah. Falcone is trying to get Wayne to play ball, like, in the public eye, because there's an implication that, like, Thomas Wayne and Falcone, like, work together. And in fact, like, it's not true. Like, I think Falcone's father was, like, shot, and, like, he brought him to, like, Bruce Wayne's house. Or Thomas Wayne's house. And he's like, operate on him. And Wayne's like, I'll save him because I'm a doctor and he's a man. But not because of who you are.
Right.
And, like, Falcone, like, never forgot that gesture.
Right.
So the Waynes were always, like, left alone by the Falcone family.
Okay.
I like that little detail.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty fair.
Yeah. Tim Sale's art is something we need to talk about because, like, it's really awesome.
Never heard of Tim Sale.
Tim Sale, we haven't really done any books that he did. So this is him.
Yeah, Catwoman has, like, some serious, like, claws going on here.
Yeah.
It doesn't even look like a human hand.
No, it's very exaggerated.
Yeah.
Feel free to, like, leaf through it if you guys want.
Yeah,
Like, we'll just go through it that way.
I was going to say, the art reminds me kind of like a Dick Tracy book, but a really well done
Yeah,
Dick Tracy book.
it's very noir.
Whoa. That's awesome.
Yeah, I love Scarecrow in that. He's just literally in that one scene, and then that's it. You're riding a horse, like looking really cool. I don't know why
sweet.
the visual of a scarecrow on horseback
horse is so
so cool and so like expected. Like it's like, of course.
Right.
Ichabod Crane?
Yeah, well, he's like a straw man because he's thin. I don't know. But yeah, the other thing that's fun is there's a mob war between Falcone and Maroni. Four names that you might remember from the movie.
Yeah. I'm sorry, do you mean Marone?
No, even the movie they call him Maroni. But yeah. And...
Is it actually Maroni?
Yeah, it's Maroni. And they, like... These holiday killings are taking place on both sides. So they're both, like, kind of blaming each other. So it's creating a mob war.
Are all the victims mobsters?
Yes, more or less.
All right.
Or crooked cops.
Wait, was that Catwoman with the gun and the baby bottle?
Well, that's a theory. Everyone's kind of trying to figure out who the holiday killer is.
So the black and white is also, like, not real.
Yeah.
So, it's like... Yeah, that's cool.
Mm-hmm. Because, actually, the one thing that Falcone winds up doing is he winds up working with the freaks, as the underworld starts to call them. The costume clowns.
Kind of like the Dark Knight.
Kind of like the Dark
Knight.
Where no one wants to work. They're like, no, this is our city. We earned it through crime and corruption and death. And we're not just going to let crazy people take over Gotham. And it's funny because it's like very paralleled. Like, Batman and Dent and Gordon are trying to keep Gotham from like falling under, and so are the mobsters, but for totally different reasons.
Right. So is it safe to say that the holiday killer, whatever his name is trying to start a mob war?
Yes. Well, at least that's what it implies, is that the holiday killer is trying to really like get rid of everybody.
Okay.
So the holiday killer wants the mob gone?
Yes.
There's no one
masked
or costumed that's targeted.
No. I mean, the Riddler is targeted at one point, but he doesn't kill the Riddler. Like, because the Riddler is hired by Falcone to figure it out. He's like, you're apparently some big brain. Figure out who the holiday killer is. And Riddler's like, oh, maybe it's like so-and-so, or, Catwoman, or, like... And Falcone's like, give me a real theory right now, or I'll have you killed right now.
Oh.
And Riddler's like, is it you? And Falcone's like, get out. You're fired. And then the holiday killer comes and shoots an outline around the Riddler on April Fool's Day.
I was going to say, if it was
When does a killer not kill? Is that supposed to be a riddle?
I mean, Jeff Loeb has no time to make Riddler clever and interesting,
right.
Which is why he's only in there for like a minute.
Yeah.
Well, you got to come up with really good riddles in order for the Riddler to be effective.
Yes, you need to be really clever to use the Riddler effectively.
Be like, when is a book not a book?
Well,
when it's
a book on
it's an
tape.
e-book.
It's a book on tape.
Like those are the riddles I would come up with.
It's not a riddle. It's not anything.
It's shitty.
So Falcone's kind of like falling apart, and Maroni wants to make a deal. He's like, I'm done. I want to get out.
How long has this been?
It's been about like 6 or 8 months.
Okay.
Maroni's sick of it, so he's like, all right, Dent, I'm making the deal. So Dent's like, okay. So you'll testify, and we'll get everything taken care of with you people.
What deal to do what?
The deal is like, I'll rat out a significant portion of the mob in exchange for like protection and like a reduced sentence.
Oh.
And I'll end this war back and forth.
Hopefully, yeah.
Okay.
But when he's on the witness stand, I think it is Maroni, takes a vial of acid and throws it in Dent's face, like creating Two-Face.
Oh, that's how Two-Face got created?
Well,
or is that just one of like
that's one of many different iterations of Two-Face. Two-Face, I mean, like sometimes. First of all, there were two Two-Faces. Like,
wait, what?
Yeah, there was a Two-Face whose secret identity eludes me, but he was like an actor who was playing Harvey Dent, but the actor who was playing the mobster who threw the acid in his face actually threw acid in his face.
So sorry, are you joking right now?
No, I swear to God, this is like pre-crisis, I think.
Okay, that is weird.
It's just this mystery where you're like, who's the holiday killer? And even like Wizard Magazine did a whole like theory on like with odds, like who the holiday killer is. And ultimately, they theorized that it was Alberto Falcone, the like looked over son, who was trying to like get his father's approval and like impress him.
Why did he kill people on both sides?
Because he doesn't really care about them.
Okay.
Because he's like, whatever.
Right.
And So anyway,
the book
Alberto Falcone is the prime suspect until he's killed on his father's yacht. Just looking.
That's cool.
I mean, yeah. I feel a draft. The holiday killer kills Alberto Falcone on like his private yacht.
Oh.
And so you're like, well, I guess that.
So Wizard Magazine was like, fuck.
Yeah, they're like, damn it. But then later, it turns out he's not dead. It turns out
he faked his death.
He faked his own death, and he admits
totally
to being the holiday killer.
Okay.
And he's like, and his dad is like, he's taken into custody.
Okay.
By Batman and Gordon. And there's a moment where like, Falcone, manipulates events so that he can be there in the cell with his son. He's like, what have you done? Like, why? If you wanted a part of the business, like, why didn't you just tell me?
Right.
And he's like, he's like, you never would have trusted me with it, and you didn't understand me, and like, nobody paid attention to me, but they'll pay attention to me now, because now I'm the holiday killer.
Yeah.
And he's like, damn it. Like, my son became one of these freaks.
Yeah. Oh. But you drove him to it, man.
Yeah, exactly. But
shouldn't have been such a dick.
It's not Alberto Falcone.
What? Wait! You gotta be kidding me!
Yeah.
He just wanted people to think it was him.
Was it Clayface?
No, Clayface is not in this book, surprisingly enough.
Okay, so
at the end, Two-Face he's taken over, and he's like running around doing Two-Facey things. Mostly killing mobsters and stuff. And finally, like, Batman tracks him down.
Does he have the coin? Does he do the
yeah? Oh, of course, yeah. Oh no, that's like a signature thing for him. Actually, when Harvey becomes Two-Face, he like they rush him to the hospital, and then like the surgeon comes out and he's like, "I'm sorry, he's gone." And like Gilda's all upset, and Gordon's like, "When did he die?" And he goes, "No, you don't understand." And then the doctor dies, and there's a scalpel in his back, and he's like, "He's gone." And the window's open, and like Dent left.
I'm really confused as to why like this is still going on. Like, who the heck is the holiday killer then?
Oh,
well,
we haven't gotten there yet.
But like,
it's not Alberto.
It's not Alberto. No,
even though he's like, it's me.
Yeah,
he just wanted people to think it was him.
Exactly.
And then someone just tried to kill him for a different reason.
Yep. The holiday killer thought they killed him, but he didn't die. Like he fell in the water and he didn't. He was actually he just escaped.
He just got a little wet.
Yeah, and like maybe he got like grazed by a bullet.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, so like the villains that are involved, all the villains from the whole series come back to Falcone's office under an invitation from Two-Face.
Okay.
And then fucking Batman shows up and beats their asses all in like three pages.
Well, how does he know to go there?
I think he's Batman.
Well, A, he's Batman, and B, like, I think that Dent / Two-Face kind of like led him there.
Oh, he tipped him off.
Because he wants Batman to see what's going to happen.
Batman's using brass knuckles on the Joker's face.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Well, he knows he's got no time.
Shot.
Nice.
That's just Tim Sale's version of Joker, where he's just nothing but teeth.
He's almost kind of like Alligator.
Yeah.
Or Killer Croc.
Yeah, he is.
All the way down.
He's just nothing but teeth. Two-Face is like, we're gonna finish what we started, Bats. Like, I'm gonna end the Romans' control over Gotham.
Okay.
And Batman's like, don't do it. Like, don't lose yourself. Don't lose your soul.
He's saying he's gonna kill him.
I'm gonna kill
Falcone.
Yeah. So, like, he flips the coin and then he shoots Falcone.
Oh, why doesn't Batman stop him?
He can't.
He's too far away,
He's like, he's threatening that he's going to kill him, so he's like, okay, I won't. And he's like, I killed him.
No, but I did.
I neglected to mention Sophia, Falcone's, like, brick shithouse of a daughter. She's like an enforcer. She's this huge enforcer chick, and she and Catwoman get into a scrape, and then Sophia just falls off the high rise and dies. She doesn't really die, but like,
what is Catwoman's role in this book?
Catwoman will randomly harass and bother Falcone.
Oh.
And if you want me to spoil the sequel, Dark Victory, it's because she's actually Falcone's illegitimate daughter.
Oh.
And she was supposed to be in this whole family, but she was overlooked. She's just kind of
in this
like...
book, you don't know that.
You don't know that, no.
So she's
but Jeff Loeb does know that.
Right. Okay. That's cool.
It's really cool that he planted all that. He took a dangling plot thread that Frank Miller left in year one that I don't even think Miller meant to leave and turned it into something interesting. Harvey Dent's clerk was bought by the Maronis, and he slipped the acid to Maroni during the trial. So Dent kills him too.
Nice.
And then he gives himself up. He's like, okay, like the mob is down. We did it. Like we did it, Batman.
I killed them all. Yeah.
Like I killed them all.
Well, what happens to all the costumed villains?
Oh, Batman kicked their ass, so then they just get taken to Arkham.
Oh, okay. So they get arrested.
Yeah.
Okay.
But at this point, Two-Face reveals that he killed most of the people.
He was the holiday killer?
He was the holiday killer.
Harvey Dent was.
Harvey Dent was killing people the whole time?
Harvey Dent was killing people the whole time. That he was the holiday killer, and being Two-Face just drove him that much further insane. That he was actually just kind of an asshole back then.
Oh, wow. So he was a bad guy, the whole time.
I mean, is he a bad guy? He's killing mobsters and, ending... so yes, I mean...
That's why he's supposed to arrest them and put them on trial.
Mm-hmm. But then...
So he's like a vigilante. He's like the dark version of Batman.
Yes.
Batman was like the Punisher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then if the Punisher were then turned into a monster and then became a villain...
had his face melted.
Yeah. So then the last couple of pages of The Long Halloween are Two-Face being like, there were two holiday killers. And they're like, what does that mean? Does it mean because he's obsessed with the number 2? Maybe he meant Harvey Dent was a killer and Two-Face was a killer.
Right.
And then there's this monologue at the end of this person throwing away all the holiday clothes.
Oh.
And you find out that
Sal Deadpool's looking at me. And there's a chick who's high kicking at me too.
Yeah, just ignore them.
It was probably the wind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, we find out that at the end, we have this monologue where this person's throwing away their holiday gear, and
their holiday gear,
the clothes that the holiday killer wore, which was a trench coat. It was just a noir villain, a hat and a trench coat and the gun, and that the rest of the holiday murders were perpetrated by Harvey Dent's wife.
What?
That Gilda was killing, that
she was killing most of them the whole time.
That Dent started to kill the mobsters.
Okay.
And then Dent stopped. And then she kept going.
Why?
Because she wanted to have a family with her husband, and she knew he was never going to stop.
Until
the mob was done. She was committing murders. But then he was working late. And she was like, why is your hair wet? You know, when he tried to kill Alberto on the yacht.
Okay.
And he's like, oh, it was the snow, or whatever. And he was filing serial numbers off of a gun in his workshop. And it's just this, so...
Right.
It was more if they had both had a conversation, they probably could have lived happily ever after. Well, psychotically ever after.
Right, right.
But they both got their wires crossed, and so they were both killing...
Interesting.
The same people.
How great would it have been had she burned the other side of her face, so that when they look at each other, the scarred faces match up and the good faces match up too. That would be awesome.
That would have been insane.
That's
a story that should come out.
That sounds like a New 52 idea.
You're welcome, DC.
Oh, no. What does Calendar Man have to do with anything? Or is he just helping out?
He does nothing. He goes, oh, it could be this, it could be that. The holiday killer, she's out there. And he's like, are you saying that the holiday killer is a woman? And he's like, I don't know. He could be. But she's really tenacious. And you're like, shut the fuck up. It's because Jeff Loeb can't write Hannibal Lecter dialogue.
Right.
But he wants to.
Does Calendar Man get out and kill a bunch of people?
No.
Oh.
Actually, at the end, Dent breaks into Arkham Asylum and then breaks out all the villains that Batman caught throughout the year.
Oh, jeez.
And then brings them to Falcone's office. But he skips over Calendar Man. Because he knows the Calendar Man, number one, is a pain in the ass, and B, has been helping them. And he's also like, fuck you, Calendar Man.
Doing your
Nobody
job
likes
better than
you.
you.
Yeah, nobody likes you.
What is his reason for the coin in this? Like, does he?
The coin was a
is he
gift.
like? It's about what's fair.
No, it's not that at all.
No, it's his
There's a
dad's,
really,
apparently.
yeah, his dad gave him a coin. Like, he's like, there's just this scene where he's like, I visited my dad today. And Gilda's like, oh, like, how did that go? He's like, he's same as ever, crazy, but he gave me this coin.
Oh.
And so, like...
And is one side of it already scratched up? Or does
No,
that
he
happen?
scars it.
He scars it after he gets scarred?
Yeah.
Okay. It doesn't, like, get damaged in an explosion that
Right.
makes him
No.
fucked up.
Horribly disfigured. And
Yeah.
No.
When
With an eyeball
Rachel
hanging out.
dies.
No, he doesn't, like, get burned.
So wait, when does the Joker put him in a warehouse with explosives at the same
And
time?
then leaves a
as
sadistic
Rachel?
choice for
Yeah.
Batman. He doesn't, okay?
Oh.
The Joker is barely a footnote in this comic.
I think the bigger question is, when does Catwoman fall out of a window and then get licked by cats
And then get cat powers?
and then become 9 lives?
And then get 9 lives?
Or what?
I think that's actually in the sequel, Dark Victory.
Oh.
It's not. That's never anything. That just shows you Tim Burton didn't read comics. Like, so she's Catwoman, right? So she's got cat powers, right? So how do you give cat powers? You die,
And then
cats bite
bring
you and
back.
lick you?
Yep.
It's
Or
their
they just
saliva.
crawl over you. It's really unclear.
It's really
actually,
unclear,
how it
yeah.
happens. Same as you become a penguin. You go into the sewers, and penguins are around
Well, he was
you.
born like a penguin.
Yeah,
he was born
that's
deformed.
true.
And then they put him in a bassinet and, like, sent him up the river.
Yeah,
And then the clowns found him, and you're like...
yeah.
So, you know, a lot of cool things happen in Long Halloween. I totally recommend it.
Yeah, it looks cool.
It's not really, like, the most Halloween-y.
No, it doesn't seem at all Halloween.
I mean, like, costume characters running amok, you know, I mean,
that's
that's...
just like any.
Any Batman book?
Yeah.
Yeah. But this one is called The Long Halloween. Because it starts on Halloween and it ends on Halloween.
I see.
And yet only 2 of those things had to do with Halloween.
Yes.
Right. We're getting back into costume.
Oh, yeah, for, you know... Since
Some of us never left
Dramatic
costume.
wrap up. Yeah.
It's true. Well, I figure we wasted so much time talking about all the tosses in the comic book world, all these steroid-bound silliness.
Right. These man children
That's right.
worship.
Can't hope to grow up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Fuck
exactly.
us, right? Yeah.
That's right. Fuck you both.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
Actually, fuck you, Alan Moore. Fuck you.
I am your student. That's right. He taught me a lesson. That's what I've been trying to teach you folks since 1986. Just stand up to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Say
right.
fuck
I
you.
don't think that's gonna work.
Just tell me
No.
that I'm an asshole. Because I am. You know, I wrote issues of Youngblood by Rob Liefeld. I did. I wrote issues of Wildcats.
Right. So you're kind of a massive hypocrite when you talk about.
Well, I
how
wanted to
lame and
stick it to
stupid
the
that
House
is.
of Ideas. I wanted to stick it to the big 2.
Oh.
I wanted to show them, you know, I won't write any more Batman stories, but I'll tell a story about Grifter and Spartan.
You have so much integrity, Alan Moore.
I do.
It's unfucking believable.
You're like
you
a
would've-
hero. You are like the superhero that these people write about.
Yeah. You're the hero they deserve, but not.
The one that we
one that
need
they
right
need
now,
right now.
or want.
Yeah.
Then I've done my job. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. This is another dynamite episode of Back Issues. I'm Alan Moore, as played
Maverick.
by Sal.
Oh.
Oh, sorry. Anyway, alright, Maverick, you can take over.
He's Alan Moore.
That's right.
A maverick.
I'm a ninja.
See you next time. Okay. Fuck this.
Let's get the hell.
So yeah, we didn't get Bob Kane. I think we got the spirit of Bill Finger. Yeah, I'd say so. He was pretty pissed.
Oh, yeah.
Let's just not talk about this. It's a great idea. Let's never mention this again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, look what I found. Ooh. What?